We all know your story in a lot of ways and how you got here, but earliest, how did you get involved in football? I mean, there's so many choices. What was it about football that attracted you to the game?
I've been playing football since I was a kid. So my dad's a big football fan. By the age of 5, like he used to play every Sunday with his friends. I was just going with him, like watch him. Like I was like 5 years old. I can barely remember it. Just going there watching him play with his buddies. And as I got older, I think by the earliest of like probably like 14, 15, he actually threw me in the game with them. So I just started playing at a young age with those guys, older guys, and kind of playing up to their speed. And at that point, like I was already in love with the game. I mean, I grew up watching it. He was a Broncos fan, so I grew up watching Champ Bailey. And just ever since I was a young kid, just playing Madden, just everything to do with football, I was involved in it.
What does the game of football teach you?
Everything, honestly. I mean, there's not a thing it hasn't taught me. Anything I apply to life, I've learned through football, whether it's literally on the field and working with other people or just being off the field, just part of football, like the locker room, learning people and the different stuff, the diversity. So, I mean, there's not a thing football hasn't taught me, honestly. Everything that has happened in my life and every lesson I've learned, I could relate to football somehow, how many years I've been playing.
Everyone plays Madden or NCAA football back when they still made it. They're going to bring it back, but they all think they can coach. They all think they know a playbook.
Yeah.
How complex are playbooks, and how long do they take to learn?
Every coach has a different system. So, some systems are more complex than others, but it's not easy. No matter from the simplest playbooks, it's still like learning a different language. Like people that can relate to a Spanish or French class they took in high school or college. It's practically that because every single word is a different meaning than it actually means in real life, and it's something you got to put together. And it's even sign language to an extent. Like every single play in our playbook has a signal to it.
Yeah.
So it's like learning a different language and then the sign language to it, and that's how I kind of relate it to.
How much does sound and crowd affect you when you're on the field?
Not much. I feel like I lock in. Once the game happens, I just zone out.
You've had a lot of really cool moments. Multiple touchdowns in your career, scholarship, bust-out game against Pitt, the Quick Lane Bowl. What's the moment that still seems the most surreal to you?
So the most surreal moment for me was definitely the day before the bowl game against Pitt. I did a Secret Santa, and I got my scholarship. That's just kind of like everything you put in, and like just the first start from the tryout. You come in, and it's like everybody has those aspirations of playing in the league and doing all this stuff, but it's like step by step. You had to crawl before you like start walking, and then walk before you jog, and then jog before you run. So that first step is like get your scholarship, get your playing time, get your scholarship. So that's what happened that year, and then I finally get my scholarship, and it's like okay, everything's starting to fall in line, and like that was just a really good moment. And then the day after, going out against Pitt and having my breakout game for over 100 yards, just those 2 days together was probably like my standout moment here.
I hear that your speed has only continued to improve. How have you continued to make yourself a better athlete?
Strength staffs here. You see that gym right over there. It's amazing. It's beautiful. Using that, the strength staffs with the old strength staff, the new strength staff, what they've done and the investment they put in each individual player is just amazing. And you can actually see our progress just go up and up and up and develop. So, it's definitely not something that I'm doing by myself. If I was at home trying to coach myself on this stuff, I don't know what I'm doing. So I owe it all to them and the staff.
As a wide receiver core, one of the top aspects that anybody can be is the deuce. How much you guys in the locker room talk about the importance of what Demarius and what that number means?
It's definitely a touching subject. I feel like there's not a single receiver that comes into these doors that doesn't think about the deuce. Every single receiver that comes in here, and they talk about the importance of it and just what an honor it is to wear the number into the family. And it's important. Everyone around the locker room wants it. And to be honest, I think we have 3 guys in the receiver room that are capable of wearing it, and whoever gets it, happy for them, all that stuff, but it's definitely a number that I feel like every single receiver in here wants to wear and would be honored to wear it.
You guys kind of won it back after the tight ends have had it this last couple of
Oh,
years.
absolutely. Yeah, I mean, no down talks to tight ends, but I feel like it's a receiver number. It's a receiver award, and we've had some incredible tight ends, and they were definitely deserving of it. But now we got the seniors in the room, so I think it's our turn. Take it back.
Who was kind of some of your heroes growing up? I mean, either sports-wise or just in general. Who were your heroes?
Chan Bailey, I mentioned that one. Love Chan Bailey. I thought I'd be a defensive back growing up. And then after Chan Bailey retired, I looked to the offensive side of the ball. I mean, I started playing some more offense. And Emmanuel Sanders, I don't know why, but I love his game. He wasn't the biggest guy in the field.
Yeah.
He wasn't the biggest name out there, but he came to play every single day, worked hard, and had crazy elusiveness, crazy speed, crazy route running. And he just had that dog mentality. When he played, you could see like the dog factor in him.
If I was to go to one of your teammates right now and ask them for a word or two that describes you, what would you hope they would say?
I'll say approachable and fun. Like, I want to be a guy that's known as approachable. Like, you can come up to me and talk to me.
Yeah.
I don't want to be some intimidating guy or some guy that's like kind of sheltered. Like, I feel like I'm approachable. If you talk to me, I'll talk back. And then just a guy that's fun. Like, I know this is a business and we're all out here trying to get a MAC championship and we know when to work. But at the same time, like, I want to enjoy life and have fun with it and not just always be so serious all the time. Like, even Coach Crane, he might look very serious all the time, but that guy's a funny guy.
What's on your playlist that you're listening to right now?
A lot of A-Boogie, a big A-Boogie guy. And some Jack Harlow, yeah.
If there was one song that you could play pregame, what song would it be?
4-Minute Convo by A-Boogie. Yeah,
Okay,
that's a good one.
that's a good one. This season, we've talked certainly about Stack'em and everything, but you've stacked so many moments on your career to get to here. What's kind of that moment right now that you can't wait to still stack upon itself?
MAC championship. I feel like everything I've done really is all for nothing until I get that ring. So I'm able to help my team be the best team in the conference. And once I get there, obviously there's still much more, like I'm talking the league and all that stuff,
Yeah.
but right now that's out of the question until I get a MAC championship. That's just something that everybody in this locker room wants. I really want, the coaches want, so that's like, I feel like that's the final stack here at EMU. My last year to go out with the ring.
Go back to Ford Field and close those last, 58 seconds that we couldn't close the last time, right?
Yeah. Is that at Ford Field this year?
The MAC championship, yeah.
Oh, okay. I know that immediately at Cleveland, so I didn't know.
Yeah, no, back in Detroit.
Oh, okay, I got some memories at Ford Field that we didn't finish the win, so I'd like to go back there. Definitely like to go back there and get a ring this time, get a win. Definitely finish it off.